What's up, everyone? Welcome to the live stream tonight. Hopefully, everyone is feeling good and fantastic and ready for some live streaming. We check the live stream on here and see if we got so much lag tonight. Downloads at 1.77, upload is 0.32, which is, about par for the course around here. But we deal with what we have to deal with since there's no choice in the matter. I wish there was, but there is none. So we just have to do what we gotta do. Last night was a total mess with severe thunderstorms and a ton of rain. I still got mud puddles out here that are 6 inches deep still from all that rain we got. Bring this down a little bit in case nobody can hear me. Ooh, we got a little fly around here somewhere. Well, I'm surprised Kent's not in here yet. Or maybe they are. Maybe they're watching an ad. If you're all new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share it to your friends. I'd love it if y'all would recommend the channel to some of your friends and get some of your friends in here. Since they're your friends already, they'll be freely able to chat with you here online in the channel and other people and meet new people. And if you haven't watched the videos that are there are a lot of videos, not just the live ones, the painting ones and things like that, and how-to help ones. And give them a like and a share. Hey, Ken, how you doing tonight, buddy? Last night was horrible. I couldn't tell you guys. I mean, I tried to tell you, but I couldn't tell you that we were getting some severe thunderstorms last night. I was surprised I was able to get on at all. The thunderstorms were just horrible. And the rain, at least like I said earlier, before you came in, I got mud puddles out there that are huge. They're still at least 6 inches deep from all the rain we got. It was terrible. And we had some more rain today, but it was more of a drizzle type of rain a good part of the day. But at least it wasn't like it was last night. Thank goodness. And it really was bad because we had Showourarts finally got back in and we couldn't really get to chat with her very much. And hopefully she'll come back tonight. I didn't even get any coffee tonight. I had to grab me something cold to drink. Got some munchies. That'll work. It may not like my stomach too much, but give me something to munch on when I get to hankering for something. We had chopped suey for supper, and although I had my sweets already, we had some carrot cake, so trying to cut down the sweets. I'm probably gained a few pounds since we've been here in the RV here. I need to start losing some. Too much junk. Too many honey buns, too many Twinkies, and all that stuff. I need to let it go. Are you hearing okay tonight, Ken? And are you seeing everything okay? Is it clear, or are we buffering? I have no idea. I finally can see the phone, so I can do a check. about 11 seconds, but I got buffering in there too. So we got 3 here now, so probably Recon's pulling in about now. Watching an ad or something. It's okay? Just okay, huh? Okay. All right, it's just okay tonight. As long as it's okay, I'm fine. We're okay. Yeah, I was pretty upset because Minnie came in and Sharon was here, and it all went to hell. I was pretty ticked off about it last night. It just kept going off and on, off and on. My router must have rebooted at least 3 times. And it takes quite a while every time it has to reboot. In fact, my wife was on the phone internet, and even that wasn't working. It was so bad. The thunderstorm was so bad, even her phone wasn't working. We normally have like at least 3 or 4 bars on the phone, and it wasn't even coming in. And I stayed out here for a while, and it really didn't even get better for a long time. But most of the night it was pretty bad. And it's sad I gotta pay for that crap. If I was on regular DSL, which is hardwire, probably wouldn't have had that problem unless, a tree fell down or a telephone pole got hit by lightning or something like that. But at least there's a real legitimate reason. It's not just the weather itself doing it. Did you go into any live streams today, Ken? I know I have. I don't go to live streams very often anyway. Oh yeah, didn't do a bit of good. It's the way it is. With the rain, that's basically what they say. Rain, can't help it. It's satellite. They go out, deal with it. Ain't a dang thing you can do about it. They just say sorry. But there's nothing we can do about it. I think part of the internet deal and that infrastructure deal the government's doing for $3.8 trillion or whatever it is, I think that internet part of that is may very well be putting some of them satellites up. There's like 1,000 or 2,000 satellites they want to put up into space, but they're not deep space like they are now. They're only like 100 miles off the Earth, which will make the satellite internet, they say, 50 times better. It'd be like having DSL or better than DSL, like cable. And I hope that happens, and I really hope that they're telling the truth about that, because then you'll see a lot of people going to satellite because they'll be really happy with it. And, definitely make a huge impact. And then people that couldn't work at home like me, like I wanted to do on the internet, could start doing that. And my live streams would be top quality. Everything would work great. Hopefully it wouldn't have, even rain wouldn't probably interfere so much. Who knows? We'll see. We shall see. It's hard to say. Of course, you can call the internet people all you want to. They don't care. They're just picking up the phone, answering the calls, and I guarantee you, many people are calling them constantly. They probably got the same reply written on a piece of paper. Basically, they're just saying, tough shit, deal with it. You're on the contract and you're going to pay for it anyway. Deal with it. And that's basically what they told me. Deal with it. Oh, that's right, too. Tonight might just be you and I, Ken, because Recon's gone to that amusement park today. So he probably won't be on tonight. Unless it's maybe later. I don't know if they're spending the night or not. I don't recall if he said they're spending the night or not, but I know they went to the amusement park for the roller coasters. There was someone else here because it did say 4. But I guess they left already. Well, maybe Minnie and Sharotin will show back up and some other people. Who knows? It would be nice if they do. If they don't, you got to start talking some more because I can't do this all by myself. Excuse me. Although I did get a letter today. I got to move this out of the way. I got an email last night. Late last night. Let's see. I got to find some pictures here first. Where are they all? No coffee tonight. Nope. I wish there was, but there's not. How is Jennifer, you mean? I guess she's doing okay. Dylan was just over here a little while ago and asking me if he needed he wanted some glue. But I talked him into using some wood putty instead because she got a crib for the baby and there was a piece broken on it. Actually, there was a hole in it where somebody put a nail in the wrong spot and they pulled the nail out, but they needed to fill the hole because they was afraid the baby would get cut on it. So I said, no, don't use glue in the hole. He gave him some wood filler, real wood filler, the same color as the crib. Told him to fill the hole with that. Let it dry, and then you can sand it off and be like new. So, I'm going to share a screen here real quick. And I got to pull it up. I don't know why it moved. Why did it do that? Okay. Now, like I said, I got an email last night from a doctor, a pediatrician, for kids. And they're in a foreign country. No restaurant food today, no. We don't eat out very often, very seldom. We can't afford it. So anyway, this doctor had his web designer, and they're writing a book of some kind, doing some kind of a publication about kids, I guess, because he's a pediatrician from Peru. So I got an email last night with a copy of this picture of the little girl dreaming that I painted years ago. They saw it on my website evidently and asked me for permission to put it in their publication, and how much it would cost, for me to license them to do that, if anything. I think they were looking for a free handout. So I told them, I said, this painting here I actually sold for $600, and that was at a discount. It was huge painting. And it took a lot of work, a lot of time. And so I said, if you want to license it for a publication, this is a publication. It's going to be an ongoing publication, which obviously would get the doctor more clients, more money. So I said, yeah, okay. I'll be glad to license it to you for $300. They wrote me back this morning saying, well, this is for trying to convince me that it was a nonprofit thing. Well, evidently the people that are doing the publication is doing it for free, and they got volunteers and whatever. And they offered me $50. So I thought about it last night and today. And I finally wrote them back, and I got thinking about it. I'm like, you're talking about a doctor. A pediatrician doctor makes big bucks. They make a lot of money. And I'm like, if he can't, I'm not going to give it away. I'm just not going to do that. So I wrote him back, and I finally just said, no. If you don't want to pay the $300 licensing fee, I'm not interested. And I also wanted, of course, to have credits under the picture if they did do it with my name, with a copyright on it, so people couldn't steal it. And I also wanted a copy of the publication to verify what it went into and the content it went into. Well, they didn't even reply to that part of it, but they said they'd give me $50. I just said no. And I did say the same thing to them. I said, you're talking about a doctor, a pediatrician. This is let's be a well-known doctor. You've already told me that already. And I said, if someone's a well-known doctor, they're making plenty of money. He can afford $300. So I guarantee you his customers have already bought him a yacht and a mansion and a house and a couple of Mercedes-Benz and whatever else. So if you don't want to pay the $300, then no, you're not going to use it. I haven't heard anything back from him since. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys to see what you thought of it. I talked to another artist friend of mine about it, a very prolific artist. Losing my autofocus here. That's been dealing with the media and other people in a lot of galleries for many, many years. She's an older woman. She's in her 80s, and she's an excellent artist. In fact, she actually agreed to come on here at some point and let me interview her with you guys. But I wanted to get the channel built up a lot more. People to come in. I don't want to come in just for a few people. I would like to have at least 15, 20 people in here, and to make it worthwhile. Because this is a woman that's painted probably 2,000 paintings in the last 10 years. And she sold all but 96 of them. That's saying something. And she's a very good artist. She actually did some portraits for me for the group home. In fact, I had her do 3 or 4 portraits for our clients. Because I couldn't do it because it was a conflict of interest. A lot of people ask me, well, why don't you do them? I could have done them. But I think she really did better than I could have, because she's a professional portrait artist. I mean, that's one of her main money makers is portraits. When you do this, because I can do a portrait, that doesn't make me a portrait artist. She was and is a real portrait artist, and she does an excellent job. But in fact, she's even given me tips on painting portraits. But anyway, even she said, you're not going to really benefit from it, really. Yeah, you could get the copy of the publication with your picture in it and your name and whatever and stuff, and it's okay for a portfolio, but who the hell is going to give a damn because it's somebody in Peru? nobody here is going to really give a dang that you got something in a publication in Peru. It's not going to be beneficial monetarily or career-wise. It's just not. It's just that it really amounts to having a picture in a gallery and standing beside it with a box of Cracker Jacks. Well, people will eat the Cracker Jacks. Once they're done eating their Cracker Jacks and on their way, they've forgotten all about you. So there's no benefit to it whatsoever. So that, I mean, she said you could just take the $50 and be done with it. Whatever, it's up to you. But it's not going to be of any benefit. But to me, it wasn't worth the $50 to have it put in their publication in Peru, then to have the chance of people stealing the image, copying their publications and with my images on it and stuff, and using it for other publications without my permission. So I don't think so. For $300, yeah, whatever. But I wanted to at least get something out of it. Just because it's done for little kids as a pediatrician, there's lots of pediatricians in the world. That doesn't mean I'm going to tell every pediatrician in the world, yeah, you can use my artwork for your publications. Baloney. It's kind of one of them things where if you do it for one, you kind of do it for another. I guarantee you the doctors talk. Doctors say, oh, this guy, I got a picture from him. He didn't charge me $50 or did it for free. Next thing you know, you'll have other doctors contacting you wanting to use your artwork for their books or publications and whatever. And then when you say no, well, you did it for so-and-so for $50. I've been through that before. That's like when I had the video about giving paintings away. You can't sell stuff you're giving away. It's that simple. Just can't. I went through that and it doesn't work. Even my granddaughters have, Trinity and Sierra both have bought paintings from me. I think Trinity's bought several, 2 or 3. And I think Sierra bought one. But they all know now. I finally had to put my foot down. I gave plenty of them away, and I said, no, I'm not doing that no more. But they finally understood. Of course, when they were little kids, they didn't understand, but now that they're adults, they understand. Well, Ken, it looks like it's just you and I tonight. And it's going to be hard for me to keep talking just to you a whole hour. I don't know what we're going to do. You're going to have to start talking more. We don't even have Recon here to pick on, or at least to see what he's doing with his tickets tonight. I wonder if he bought any tickets where he went to the roller coaster. I guess you didn't type something out right. Did you? Something file person? You better type that again, Ken. The whole thing's not there. Oh, did you file? No, you never file patents on your paintings. When you sign your painting, that's the same as a copyright. You don't copyright your paintings. I mean, you can copyright the material on it if it's in a publication. Put it down as a copyright, and that's all you really need. That's why I would have wanted a copy of the publication with that on it, and that's just as good. But you don't file a patent or a copyright on your artwork. It's automatically copyrighted. It's kind of a umbrella thing. When you do your painting and you sign it, it's yours. It's your copyright automatically. It's not debatable. That's why it's important to title your painting on the back and sign it, date it. Some people number them. If I put them in a gallery, there's a number on them usually. So that's really all you need to do. It would cost you a fortune to copyright all your paintings. It's not worth that extra cost. It's fairly easy for a judge to figure it out anyway. If somebody says, "Yeah, I painted this," the judge can very easily go, "Okay, paint it right here, paint it. I want you to paint it exactly like it. Bring it back." And they would get art critiques or whatever to come in and look at it and look at the brush strokes. And believe it or not, there's people out there that are professionals that can tell whether the same person painted that picture or not because of the brush strokes. When you are an artist, your brush strokes are very unique. They're never the same as somebody else's. That's why it's really about impossible to copy a picture perfectly. It's not possible because you never will have the same brush strokes. I could do a copy, say, of the Mona Lisa, and you might think at a distance that it looks perfect. But when you got close and you took a magnifying glass and you went from the original and took a section and looked at the magnifying glass of the brush strokes, then go to my copy, it will be totally 100% different brush strokes. It's like a fingerprint. Your brush strokes as an artist are like a fingerprint. They're not alike. I don't know. I haven't talked to Trinity since she was on here last. As far as I know, she's doing okay. I was thinking earlier today that she should be done with her college stuff. I gotta turn my air conditioner up a little bit. It's getting a bit cold in here. I think she's coming down here. She was going to come this month, in August, but I guess it got changed to September because my granddaughter Kirsten, which is Nancy's daughter, youngest one, is going back up with Trinity to Mississippi and stay with her for like a month or month and a half or something. And I guess I don't know if Nancy's going to go pick her up or they're going to fly her back or what they're going to do. They all never really clearly tell me anything, to know everything, but just kind of brush over it with me. I don't agree with. I trust Trinity, but I just don't think it's a great idea for a young girl to be up there with Trinity. And Trinity has to work anyway, and you never know. But I don't know. Of course, I'm a bit old-fashioned like that. I'll eat my potato chips. Caitlin's doing good. She never really complains to me in person usually. She usually complains on Facebook and I have to read it. She gets frustrated at work a lot, I know that. I think I saw her yesterday for like 2 minutes, a minute. She came by the house for something and left. Yeah, it's definitely just you and I tonight, Ken. We can't even get that sneaky mini in here. Or maybe I should call her Skinny Sneaky Mini. That should get a good laugh out of that one. Or Showourarts. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's doing good. Happy as can be. Even when he was sick, I've never seen a kid like that. Even when he was sick, he was still smiling all the time and always happy. But you could tell he was sick, but he was still smiling and happy. And, you know, they got him in a walker now, and little boogers all over the place. Like a Speedy Gonzalez. He's all over the place. He's happy as can be being in that walker. He tell you can get around now and get into things. And he loves to eat. That boy will eat all the time if you let him. I was eating a bowl of cereal this morning, standing up. I was trying to keep away from him. And I'd go from one end of the RV to another, and he kept following me back and forth everywhere I went. He'd follow me back and forth, wanting some of that cereal. I didn't give him any, so finally Jennifer was there and gave him some baby food. And he ate all of it, the whole dry. Gonna be a big boy when he gets older. Of course, Caitlin's husband's a big man too. Although Caitlin's pretty small. Yeah, I can't keep up with a baby anymore. I couldn't keep up with one when I was your age even. When I was in my 40s. I love all my grandkids to death, but I'll play with them for a little while. And I hand them back to mama or their grandmother. Women can seem to just deal with them a lot better. Although Ezra, I don't pick him up very often. But when I do, he gets a smile on his face. I think he gets sick of being with women all the time. A man picks him up, you know, and he just loves it. And I held him the other day for probably 10 minutes or so playing with him. I don't know how tall he is, no idea. You know, he's only 8 months old, so he's not very tall. And so after about 10 minutes, I hand him back to my wife, you know, his great grandmother, and she goes to take him. Boy, he let out a scream. He did not want me to put him down. I had to pick him back up for a little while, calm him down, and finally he went to Jennifer, I think. He's pretty heavy though. He's a heavy boy. He's definitely healthy. But I don't know how. I have no idea how tall he is. Nobody tells me that stuff. Oh, his dad. Oh, his dad's probably 6 foot, 6'1", but he's big and rugged too, and big chested and stuff. He's just a big boy. Now Caitlin, she's small. She's a little bit heavy, but she's short. She's probably like 5'4". Pretty short. Now Caitlin's real father was a real stocky man. Big. He was a bit overweight, really. He's a butcher. But he's a strong guy. Of course, there's a lot of tall people in my family too. My boys were taller. My son Chris was like 6'1". No, Chris was 6'4". My son Mark was 6'1". I have uncles that were like 6'5", 6'6". My wife's brothers were all well over 6 foot tall, most of them. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be on a roller coaster. I had a feeling you might come in later, but I wasn't sure if you might decide to spend the night there. Now, I'd be more like a football baby. Like a tackle. Or maybe even a halfback. How you doing, Recon? Did you have fun at the park? Kids weigh you out? I hope they ran you all over the place. Better you than me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that blacktop is always hot. That's the problem with Disney World now. You got blacktop roads down there now. When I first started going in the very early 70s, Disney had all dirt roads back then. Now they're all hot blacktop. And they're hot. They actually have like sprinklers, steamers in different areas to cool people down. Because people would be walking along and just pass out. Sunstroke. Tell you what, Recon. Yesterday it was so bad with the rain. We had severe thunderstorms. I think my router, while we were trying to get online here, my router reset at least 3 times. I don't think I had much of a connection all night. And there was so much rain. Today, before I even come out here, I see we still got giant mud puddles that are still 6 inches deep at least. That's how much rain we got. A ton of it. And it rained all day. We had a slow drizzle all day long. miserable all day. Excuse me. Seven hours is quite a long time in a theme park. To me, it is anyway. Of course, I have a problem with the heat anyway. When I was a kid, I didn't care. I was fine with it. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's like Disney World. Closer you get to Disney World, the price keeps going up on them motels. My wife and I went, we always made reservations about 2 months in advance, so it was always a lot cheaper. And we never could stand to stay all day. By 5 o'clock, and we wanted to stay for the light show. By 5 o'clock, we were so hot, so sweaty, so miserable of being at Disney World or Universal or whatever. We had to go. Went back to the motel and just couldn't stand it. It was just too hot. I hated so much last night to shut down. I had no choice because Showourarts came back. Bad timing. Minnie came on, which was great. And then I couldn't keep a connection. It was so horrible. Yeah, with Disney World, on the way down, the places you can buy tickets for Disney at discount prices before you get to Disney, if you don't order them online in advance. I'm munching on chips because it was just me and Ken here, so I had the munchies, so I started munching some barbecue potato chips. Yes, I have many times. And I do like cheese French fries. They're good too, yeah. Do you want better? French fries with cheese and chili. That's even better. Try it. You'll like it. That's a meal in itself. There's places in Florida that actually serve that. So Recom, you missed it. I was telling Ken earlier that late last night, I don't know when you guys sent the email, but it took forever for me to get it. Some doctor wanted to use one of my pictures, my paintings, just a copy of it, in Peru for a journal. He's a pediatrician. Asked my permission to give me a picture of which one he wanted to use, which was that little girl with her head down dreaming on the desk, and asked about getting permission to use it in their journal, and if I wanted any monetary compensation. So I told him, if I had thought about it for a while, talked to 22 other professionals that I know, and I said, well, yeah, you can use it. The painting itself I sold for $600 at a discount. Huge, huge painting. So I said $300 because I know this is advertisement. I know this is what it is. He's going to make money on that. I said, yeah, I want $300 for the right to use it. You don't buy the copyright or anything, but you get the right to use it for that journal. They write me back today and said they can't afford that much, that volunteers are doing the journal for this doctor and all this baloney and stuff, and tried to offer me $50. So I thought about it. If I just said, you know what, pediatricians make a lot of money, and this guy is already a very well known pediatrician. He has some specialties in the pediatrics and stuff, so I know he's making big bucks. So I wrote him back and said, no, I gave you the price. I make a living on my paintings too. That's what I'm unemployed. I'm retired. The only income I really have is on the side is from my paintings, my artwork. So no, I'm not going to donate my paintings to any journals or anything like that for $50. Just not going to do it. And I haven't heard back from him yet, but I just say, good luck with your future endeavor on it. Hope you get it published. Maybe you'll find somebody else that have something that you like that may not mind letting you use it for free or for $50 or whatever. But that particular painting, I'm not going to let go for to use the picture of likeness of it for $50. I half expect them to write back and either offer me a little bit more or try to plead to my charityness or whatever. But that's nothing new. People do that all the time. People always think artists can do or contribute something to charity or these different benefits and all that stuff. They think for some reason that we don't have to get paid. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. I believe they could afford it. I mean, his web designer is one of the ones that contacted me. You got a doctor, he's paying a web designer. He tried to lie to me and say, oh, we're doing this for free. I don't believe it. Yeah, and I mean, obviously the publication is going to be handed out to people to draw work into him where he makes money. No, that's not something that's free. I mean, maybe people are helping him for nothing or whatever, but I don't buy that baloney. I don't buy it. So I just said, no, you can't use it. I mean, I had a couple other stipulations too, like you had to put my name on the bottom as the artist with the copyright symbol so people couldn't steal the image lawfully anyway. And to give me credit for it, and I already had insisted if they agreed to the terms that they had to send me a copy of the publication, either digital or a hard copy of it, so I would have the exact documents that they put it in. They never even mentioned that part of it. But I know pediatricians around here that have yachts, they have mansions, they have Mercedes Benzes, they have Ferraris, and every other vehicle you can think of, motorcycles and everything else. So I just call it bullshit on it, and that's all. Excuse my language, but I just call it bullshit on it. I've asked some, but if you really look at doctors' offices and hospitals, most of them have abstract paintings, and I really don't do abstracts. At least the ones around here, most of them have abstract paintings. You don't have many that are, landscape or whatever. And a lot of them actually what few will let you will do it for, maybe let you put one in for free, but they will not promote your work at all. And you can put a for sale sign on it or whatever. You can put a card if somebody wanted to buy it, but try getting one of their receptionists or anybody to contact you if somebody wanted to actually buy one. Because you literally would have to go there and meet them to sell the painting to them. Abstracts are just stuff that just like people just slap painting around on a painting, and it's just, different colors and stuff like that. That's what an abstract is. That's what most of these doctors' offices have around here. No, doctors don't pay for your paintings. No. They would rather go to Walmart and buy one for a copy of a print or something, and that's what they'll put up. They don't want real artwork. They want whatever's cheap, because they're cheap. Because they're afraid somebody will steal it. But no, they don't. I've actually put them in a restaurant before, and I had an awful time getting them back because the restaurant closed, and they didn't notify me. Luckily, Jennifer knew the owners and found out that they closed, and they had like 10 of my paintings in there, and I had to go run them down to get my paintings back. And in fact, there's a woman that owned it, actually wanted 2 or 3 of them, but would never give me the money. Oh, I want this and that and whatever. And she wanted me to give them to her. I wouldn't give them to her. No. I have to give her a little bit of a discount because she was displaying my artwork there. But even with a little discount, she wouldn't pay me. So, that's how people are. It's not, people think it's easy to put that artwork out there. It's not. It's really difficult. Really difficult. And what's making it more difficult, as you already know because you've been on YouTube for years, artists are getting to be a dime a dozen. There's so much competition now, it's pathetic. The competition for artwork now is just overwhelming. It's overwhelming. 30 years ago, it wasn't so bad. 40 years ago, not so bad. But nowadays, with the internet and the access to people like me on YouTube that teach how to paint for free, I mean, it's helped a lot of people get into the art world. They don't have to go to art school or art college or something like that. You can get on YouTube and learn how to paint. It may take you a little bit longer and whatever because they don't always show everything, but they give you a lot of the basics. And if people actually follow, like me when I do videos, it's like 3 or 4 parts because I make sure everybody sees everything. But there's some that don't do that. A lot of them don't. But you can learn how to paint. Enough to get started and get going. Excuse me. Shame on you for getting to get lottery tickets up there. right before I went live, I was watching Jigsaw Jeff, who I rarely watch anymore. Couldn't stand it. I had to fast forward to the end. There were $1 tickets, and it was a 15-minute session, I think. Oh, it was a long session for $15 tickets. I mean, every ticket you scratched took forever. It was just horrible. Horrible. So I had to just fast forward to the end. I don't know. I got a feeling he might have, because when I went and checked the analytics right after I shut it down the last night he was here, somebody had just unsubscribed. Kind of a coincidence. Could have been somebody else. I don't know. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully he didn't. I don't know if he got upset or something, or I don't know. Might have. I hope not too, but it seemed awful strange. And I couldn't even find his name on the user list. But then again, the subscriber list on YouTube sucks. It does not show everybody's name. Far from it. Far from it. But I've been meaning to ask YouTube about that. Why I can't see a full list of my subscribers. Because I can't. The list is not there. There's a list there, but it's very limited. Who knows? Like I said, maybe it could have been somebody else. Very easily. But the list I saw didn't show him at all, really. But I did see, like I said, ASD unsubscribed. I don't know what he got mad about, but he was unsubscribed. I don't know if he accidentally unsubscribed or not, but he was. And 58C Brock was unsubscribed. So evidently she's not coming back. I don't know why she's still on Patreon. I guess she didn't figure out how to cancel her account. We went through this all before. I had a lot of Quake friends that brought over their buddies and stuff and subbed and stuff like that, and other friends, family, YouTube, plus YouTube. I had quite a few subs on my personal account too, and when I transferred over to the brand, they came with it too. And I got pulled a bunch from Discord, which were all Quake players and their buddies and friends and whatever and gamers. Yeah, he unsubbed. I don't know if he did it accidentally or not, but he did. And plus that painting thing from Brad. I got a lot of people from Brad. A lot of people from Brad came over. Even people that weren't there every day. There was, for that free painting, I had a flood of people come over for that. None of them came back, but they came over because they were getting something for free. Yeah, I mean, he's showing as unsubbed. I mean, he may have done it accidentally. I don't know. I subbed him back up. He don't know it, but I did. I actually do. I actually can do that. Yeah, exactly. Good idea. Good idea. But there's my audio too. So let's just hope that you know, no one's upset. That's all. If they are, we should just say something. You know, that's the best thing for anybody to do. Nobody intentionally pisses anybody off in here. We don't intentionally do it. I know feelings get hurt, but you know, say something. I know if I do something wrong, I'd be the first one to apologize to somebody. You know. Yeah, I was pretty upset last night. Especially Minnie came on, and I mean, she no sooner gave me a $4.99 donation from a sticker, and we were losing connection. You know, I felt real bad about that. You know, here we are. She's helping me out with the channel and throwing me a little bit of a few bucks and whatever, and then we lose connection. Some people are very sensitive, or they take something the wrong way or whatever. I don't know. That's life. You know, I try not to offend anybody. But like I said already, there's no sense in hashing over it. You know, it could be anybody could have unsubbed. One of the Quake people could have unsubbed even. Who knows? Could be a coincidence. You rewatched it. Brad made a 7-second video accidentally. He probably didn't realize it and didn't delete it. Well, he'll probably see it eventually. Well, you were on last night, so you shouldn't have watched too much of it. You know. I finally got where you said you could hear me, and then it went pew, right out. It was like black. No video, no nothing. Just lost the camera totally again, everything. And it just wouldn't come back up. It would try, but it wouldn't come up. And then I was running my speed test trying to check on it, and I was getting 000 upload. So I knew there was just no point in it. I did over and over and over again. Still could not get. In fact, it got to where finally, I think it was about 8 times in a row, it kept saying, plug your internet in. Because it wasn't finding the internet at all. Then I knew we were done. There was just nothing I could do about it. I know you weren't. That's that's an honest question. There's no reason anybody should be offended by that. You know, we were all wondering why he never said anything because he used to before. He used to say good night, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. And some people don't. Some people just don't. Or they don't think of it, or they get busy doing something else and they just leave. I like people to say good night if possible, but I think about it this way. What if I had 50 or 100 people in here? There's no way in hell I could say good night to every single person. But, I would at least say good night, everybody. I would expect people to do that. It's the nice thing to do. But, some people don't. Some people, they just move on. And rightly so, I guess. I mean, if there was a lot of people in here, I could understand even more why people wouldn't, because there might be 30 or 40 or 50 people saying good night, and nobody'd ever see what you said anyway, probably. You know, it's just the way it would be. Because I've even left Brad's without saying anything. When Brad had his channel going, and I think there was some times when you were doing the gambling and stuff, there was like 40 or 50 people, and I just left. I didn't see any point in saying anything. Because everybody was talking and chatting up a storm. I mean, the chat was going fast. I mean, it was moving right. I couldn't hardly even keep up with it. There wasn't no point in even saying good night. Nobody was even going to see it anyway. So I just left. And Doc knows all of us well enough to know that we'd never say anything intentionally to hurt anybody's feelings. Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, is just knowing whether somebody's, if they at least say goodbye or we'll see you, we'll know that they're gone. We won't try to be talking to them when they leave, you know, after they leave, you know. Well, guys, it's been an hour and 7 minutes. I know it hasn't been for you, Recon. I know. But Ken has made me talk more tonight than I usually do in 2 nights, I think. So I'm all talked out. So we'll go ahead and shut her down for the night, and hopefully some people come tomorrow night, I hope. And I really, really want to get some more people in here. I don't know how, but somehow. I worked on a new intro. Hey, I can show you guys that intro. I forgot about that. Before you leave, let me show you my new intro if I can find it. Intro. I'll show it to you. Let's see. Share video file. Yeah, don't worry about it, Ken. Ken, don't leave yet. I want to show you my new intro that I'll be putting on my new videos coming up. I want you guys to see it. So hold on, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, Ken. Don't leave. Oh, I got started again. So what do you think? Did you see that intro? Ken, Recon, what'd you think of that new intro? Well, I guess I have to see if I can turn the audio down. Well, it's a little bit loud because it's coming over my. Yeah, let me turn my speaker down so you can't hear it. We'll try it without that. Get my microphone here up too. Was that better? Without it coming over my mic too? Or is it still too loud? It's okay? I mean, do you really like it, Ken? Is it? I mean, is it exciting or is it just blah? I mean, I need you guys to be serious. If it looks like crap or it doesn't look that great, tell me so I can work on it some more. You know, I don't want to use it if it doesn't look and sound good. You know. And I'm used to him being a smart ass. It's a little bit loud. Well, that's why turn your phone down. Ah. Alrighty, I just wanted you guys to see it anyway. All right, guys. Have a good night. I wanted you guys to at least see that and get your opinion on it anyway. It meant something to, get your opinion. And I'll probably work on it a little bit more anyway. And I had a feeling the audio was a bit loud on it, but I haven't figured out how to turn it down yet, which I probably will. Need some work. Yeah, I mean, I can add more pictures to it, more paintings or whatever. Maybe it's not, I didn't want it to be too long, though, because, just don't want it to be too long. What do you think it needs for work, Ken? All right. Good night, guys. We'll see you later. If you think of anything I need to add to it, leave it in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Have a good night, guys. Take care.